So the next chord I gave you was this one. That's the next chord in the movement. That's in the key of B flat major also. So how does it work? Well, here's a movement in D flat. You know. Alright, here's it in B flat. B flat. See? So it's in the key of B flat. So alright. This chord, all I did was just invert it. I put the E flat and I move it up to the top. It's the same chord. I just took it, moved it up top. Well, actually, I left it here, but I moved it up top. I just doubled up on the E flat. So took this thumb off of it, put that thumb there, took it up to the top. Why did I do that? So I can keep the melody of I Love You Lord Today, because I know that I'm playing in a different key at the moment. I mean, I don't want to lose a singer or anybody, so I make sure I keep that melody up top. So I love you, I love you, I love you, Lord. That's why I kept that E flat up there rather than playing it here. Not here. I kept up there so you can hear the melody, and I did that with all the chords. So then this chord right here, this is the next chord. So or you play it like that. You play it like that. And that's why I gave it to you. I kept the melody up there because you're still on I Love You Lord, and all that is I love you Lord. So keep that up there. Now you're like, where does this chord come from? It's not in the key of B flat because B flat doesn't have E natural in its scale. Okay, you're right. That's because I'm not playing in B flat anymore now. This chord comes from the key of E natural. Remember, E is one of the relative majors. So you have E right there in the bass. All this is a fancy way of playing an E major chord. This is just a fancy way. Because let's say I want to end I Love You Lord Today in the key of E. Alright. So that's why my heart, that's why my heart is filled with praise. Alright. That's why my heart is filled with praise. Well, I'm gonna play the fancy chord. That's why my heart is filled with praise. Here, it's fancy, it's real jazzy. All I did was the same chord, and I just rolled it. So that's why my heart is filled with praise. Alright, so that's where that chord comes from. You're like, okay, well, B flat isn't in the key of E natural. No, it's not, but it's in the key of D flat, and that's the key we're in. So why not put it in there? So you can keep a characteristic of the key you're in to add more of a full sound. So here we go. All that right there, I just broke all that down for you. Then you go today, and I went this melody. You know this chord already. It's in the key of A flat. Excuse me, it's in the key of D flat. Day. You already know this chord because you played it earlier when you went. There's the chord. All you're doing is taking the E flat and moving it up to F. Why? Because that's the melody. That's where they're at. I love you, Lord. Day. Alright. Then I played this. It's basically like an A diminished. I already gave it to you, so you already know the chord. And I'm tricking the ears. It sounds like I'm about to go to the minor. Because that's the way it sounds like it would go. I love you, Lord, today, because you care. You know? Because it's a diminished, so it's going to naturally lead to here. But I went because I took it right back down. Just like when you went because you care. It's like, okay, well, why does that work? Well, it's a substitution thing. Because you care. Well, here's a chord. We're playing B flat over it. Well, why not move that B flat down to A flat and give it a more grand sound? I don't know what to call it, like a more grander sound, more grand sound. Cause it's alright, ain't nothing wrong with that. Because you care, but go because you care. It sounds like something's about to happen. It gives it more fuller sound when you're on that 5. Remember 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you're on that 5, you always have a bigger sound because it's when you go more grand sound. So that's what the 5 does when you play it, and with your root chord over top of it, which is this, more grander sound. So I love you, Lord, today, because you care for me. I'm gonna give that to you. Don't worry, I'm gonna give it to you.